Hello, my name is Kreman Shanos, and today I'm going to talk about love and conduct in medieval times. And today, now let me ask you something. Do you think there are any big differences between the way some men behave towards women in medieval times and the way they do today? Well, to talk about this, we should refer to courtly love and the code of chivalry. And what I want to show you is that some traces of the code of chivalry and courtly love are still present today. And you may be wondering what the code of chivalry is and what courtly love is. Well, the code of chivalry is a term we use to describe the ways knights were supposed to behave towards ladies of nobility in medieval times. And courtly love, also called refined love, refers to a romantic relationship between two unmarried people in medieval times. Now, notice that the words courtly and refined refer to politeness, and that's because knights were supposed to behave politely towards women. So you can see why the code of chivalry and courtly love are related, because they basically stated that knights were supposed to behave politely towards women. Well, my presentation is going to be based on the tale of Sir Lancelot and Guinevere. Now, Guinevere is King Arthur's, I assume you know who King Arthur is. She is King Arthur's wife, and she's dating, or she has a relationship, a secret relationship, with one of King Arthur's knights, Lancelot. And I'm going to compare some aspects of this story with current times and, of course, relating to the code of chivalry and courtly love. Now, the first reason is that just like medieval knights, some modern men behave courteously towards women. Now, in the story of Lancelot, we can see some examples of how knights behave courteously towards women, like, and the knight in her father's court bowed down before her, which shows that they are showing their respect for Guinevere, that they are behaving courteously towards her. And also, I am chained forever, said Sir Lancelot, unless I can rescue that noble lady. Now, notice that the fact that he uses the word lady to refer to Guinevere is a sign of showing his respect for her. And also, Madam, said Sir Lancelot. Now, again, the fact that he uses the word Madam to address Guinevere is a sign of showing his respect for her, of behaving courteously towards her. And in the modern world, you may have heard someone say, ladies first. So you see a man opening the door for a woman, a man giving his seat on a bus or a train or whatever for a woman to sit. And well, I've never seen a man do this in real life, but you can see that all of these are examples of how modern men behave courteously towards women. Almost the same way knights were supposed to behave towards women in medieval times. Okay, now the second reason is that some men still say what someone might call damsels in distress. Now, in the story of Lancelot, he is supposed to save Guinevere in a couple of occasions. At the beginning of the story, she is kind of kidnapped by one of Arthur's knights, and Lancelot saves her from him. And well, and let's think about what do superheroes do? Hmm? Well, just like Lancelot saves Guinevere from danger, Spider-Man saves Mary Jane from danger, Superman saves Lois Lane from danger. So you can see that they are almost behaving like medieval knights. And well, you don't need to be a superhero to save a damsel in distress. In the case of this Argentinian series, there is a character who is dating a married woman, and her husband finds out about this relationship and he tries to kill her. But this character kills her husband in order to save her. So you can see that some men are willing to kill someone to save us, damsel in distress. Now, the third reason is that married people still experience love with people outside their marriage. So this is basically extramarital relationships. Now, according to the rules of courtly love, you could, even though you were married, you could also you could still experience courtly love, but with someone outside your marriage. And in the case of the story of Lancelot and Guinevere, as I said before, Guinevere is married to King Arthur, but he doesn't know about her relationship with Lancelot. And as I said before, also, this character from the Argentinian series is dating a married woman. So you have another secret relationship. And well, who hasn't watched this movie at least once in their lives? You might remember that Rose is engaged to this other character. And I know they are not married in the story, but they are engaged, which in my opinion is kind of being married in a way. So I would say that she is having an extramarital relationship with Jack, even though she's not yet married. And now the counter argument. Now, let me ask you something else. When was the last time you saw a medieval knight in real life? Exactly. Now, some people might argue that my ideas, that my reasons for saying that chivalry and courtly love are still alive today are wrong because, well, Jack is not a knight. That character from the Argentinian series is not a knight. Spider-Man is not a knight. And some people might argue that I shouldn't compare these people to chivalry and courtly love because chivalry and courtly love involve knights, and these people are not knights. And moreover, well, medieval knights were also supposed to defend the church, make war against the infidel, but Spider-Man doesn't defend the church. The character from the Argentinian series doesn't make war against the infidel. So again, some people might argue that my ideas are wrong because my examples are not following the 10 commandments of the code of chivalry. And also, well, Mary Jane from Spider-Man is not a lady of nobility. Rose from Titanic is not a lady of nobility. So basically, the code of chivalry and courtly love involve ladies of nobility and knights. So a person might say that my ideas are wrong because my examples don't involve knights and, and ladies of nobility nowadays. And yes, courtly love could also include extramarital relationships, but medieval lovers were not the same as modern lovers because, according to the rules of courtly love, medieval lovers were not supposed to have sexual relations with each other. But nowadays, I don't think there is any rule that tells you that modern lovers shouldn't have relations with each other. There are, as far as I'm concerned, there are no rules about how extramarital relationships should be. But anyway, to summarize, the code of chivalry and courtly love are not completely dead because some men still behave courteously towards women, some men still say damsels in distress, and love outside of marriage still exists. Thank you for watching. I'll see you next time.